Woohoo, you guys! Chapter 1, Part 2 of iGo to Dingo World is starting now, and I'm starting the timer. While this was going on and Carly was shuffling through the mail in her hands after a thanks to Sam, Spencer squinted his eyes in puzzlement. Wait, he called, raising a finger. You don't have a key to our mailbox. Sam shrugged. So? The eldest Shay opened his mouth to speak, but then decided against further questioning. He simply didn't need to know what happened to his dear friend that he visited daily, Mr. Mailbox. As long as he was okay, that was all that mattered. Hey, Carly said lowly in surprise as she paused on one of the letters in her hands. There's one from the Dingo channel. Spencer sputtered as the peppy cola he had been drinking dribbled down his chin. What? Freddie questioned in shock. What's it say? They're asking for another bikini dog food fight, the blonde grinned. I think we can make it happen. The brunette practically tore the envelope open in excitement. Once the printed contents rested in her hands, and she had the chance to look over the text, the web show comedian's face lit up with joy. They're inviting us for a free stay at Chuck Dingo World in Florida! Dingo World? Sam asked in disgust. That place is for babies. Hey! Freddie retorted, insulted at her words. I happen to really like Dingo World. My point. Ooh, Spencer yelled excitedly. We have to go on The World Ain't So Big! And that's probably the stupidest ride there, Sam added dully. It doesn't matter, shouted the artist. It's a landmark. We have to go on it. Freddie gingerly took the envelope from Carly. After looking through it a couple of times, he lifted it high above the frantic crowd. Hey! Problem, he called. Once everyone silenced, he lowered the envelope, gripping it in both hands, and shrugged. They gave us tickets to the parks, but they forgot to give us plane tickets. That's not a problem, Carly giggled as she shook her head. Spencer will just drive us. Yeah, Spencer granted bouncily, except for one thing, he added, suddenly turning serious. What? The trio asked together. I kind of turned my car into a sculpture. Carly, Sam, and Freddie stared at the adult in awe, frozen in their spots. Freddie with the envelope resting limply on one of his palms, Sam with a piece of ham sticking out of her mouth, and Carly exhibiting a perfect look of terror. It was to help the planet, Spencer defended. The teens continued to stare at in astonishment. Stop it, the sculptor pleaded. You're making me feel all bleh. You should feel all bleh, stated the younger Shay with a nod. But I was helping the planet, Spencer tried with a frown. Oh, the planet doesn't need that much help. Hey, Sam shrugged. It's cool. I can drive you guys. Oh, that's right, Carly smiled, the crisis obviously averted. I forgot you got your driver's license. Yeah, Freddie shook his head. My mom's definitely not going to let me go. Sam shrugged again. Who says she has to know? Freddie's eyebrows pulled together as he nodded in certainty. I'm pretty sure she'd notice if I was missing for a week. Not if she was in a coma. Sam! Carly shouted in outrage. I was just kidding, the blonde retorted. After a moment of quiet, she added, Sort of. There's just no way she's gonna let me come along, Freddie frowned. The brunette sighed. Freddie, you're growing up, she shrugged. She's gonna have to let go of you, or at least loosen up sometime. Yeah, well, you tell her that. She's not gonna listen to me. A smile overtook the web comedian's face as she brushed her hair back, her hand landing casually on her hip. I think I will. And with that, she stepped out the door and journeyed across the hall. The tech producer shook his head hopelessly. She's not gonna say yes. Minutes later, Carly returned. She said yes! She trilled happily. What? Freddie gasped in surprise and excitement. How'd you get her to change her mind? I just told her exactly what I told you. Oh, you're the best, Freddie called as he walked over and swooped Carly into a hug. From over Freddie's shoulder, Carly saw Sam's face lower from the scene. Her eyes rolled and her mouth was stuck in a sneer of disgust and annoyance. Carly frowned as she pushed away at the very same time Freddie himself pulled away. It was quick, but she could have sworn she'd seen the ghost of her very same frown on his lips, as if he'd felt Sam's reaction. I'm gonna go pack, he said, slightly less excited as he walked to the door and left the apartment. Sam returned to eating as if nothing had ever happened as Spencer asked, "So how did you really get her to say yes?" Carly gave a lopsided frown and shrug as she answered, "I lied and told her that we were vacationing at a health clinic in Miami." And that's the end of chapter 1, you guys. So, yeah. What's it called? We'll be back soon, I guess, with chapter 2, maybe, if you guys like it that much. So, thanks for sticking by, and I hope you enjoyed.